and welcome to another Teacher Talks. Teacher Talk 68. Tonight we are going to have our educator from different parts of the world, from Portugal. And Sonia Mendes is going to be with us tonight. When she comes, we are going to have our live session tonight. And let me invite her, and then she can explain herself and we can start our live session together with Sonia. We are facing some technical problems, but I think this time, hello Sonia,
Hi, hello. Hello,
can you hear me
Colton.
now?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
No, yes, I can. Now it's okay.
Okay,
All
I'm so
right.
sorry for all this.
No, it's okay,
Connection.
no problem. These technical problems can happen. It's normal. But
Okay.
I hope we can handle it right now. Okay,
Yes, I
Sonia.
hope so.
Uh, I know you, Sonia, but maybe our audiences would like to know about you. And so, can you please talk about yourself and a bit about your experiences? Yes.
Yes, of course. Okay, so I am Portuguese. I am married, mother of two, a boy with 19 and a girl with 15. A lot of trouble. So I graduated from a university in international relations, and then I did a master. So actually, I didn't graduate from education, but I always liked that part of. I always felt like I need to help others to improve their knowledge of something. And so side by side, I always made some training courses in order to teach. And so
I
I was
see.
like, for 20 years, I was working in international trade. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
uh,
Wow.
so we're using English every day, but not and but in my main job, let's say, and in part time, I was an English tutor. So I was delivering private classes to so mainly secondary students.
I see. I see.
And then around 4 years ago, I I made a turnaround and I quit my other job and I decided to dedicate only to this training,
One.
teaching. Yes. So and now that's what
Yeah.
I do. Okay.
It's great. It's wonderful, Sonia. We are lucky that you changed your job as an English teacher. Wonderful. Okay, Sonia. Thank you very much. And my next question is, what was your turning point in your own education?
Okay, so let's say turning point. I think that since I was little, I wanted to know the world, So I wanted to belong somewhere in the world. So, and for that, I would certainly need to know English. To I would need to learn English, and uh, and I had very good English teachers when I was in school. I started studying when I was 12. I was studying English when I was 12, and well, I never stopped, let's say
Great.
from a student point of view first, of course. And I think that when I went to international relations was to combine those two things, right? So to know to have a relation in the world, to belong to the world, and to communicate with whomever I wanted to.
I see. Okay. Uh-huh. Thank you. Thank you. Would you like to add more, or that's it?
I think that's all. So that was well, it was like something
Oh,
inside, something inside. I
okay.
need to.
All
Okay.
right, all right, Sonia. And Sonia, as we know that you are an ESL teacher and a trainer, so what is your philosophy of teaching?
Well, I was thinking about that. And so I would say I read a quote some time ago from Maya Angelou that said that people will not remember what you did, will not remember what you said, but will definitely remember how you made them feel. And so whether I'm in teaching in presence or online, I always have that in mind. So I want my students, my learners, to to feel that they belong there, that there is their space, right? So I'm not just there to deliver content. No, that is not my
Uh-huh.
role. I'm a team with them. I want them to learn, but I want them to be motivated and to remember how they were feeling there in class when they are outside the classroom.
I see. That's your philosophy of teaching.
Yeah.
Okay, Sonia. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sonia. Okay, Sonia. As you know that we have been facing for a long time, and with the COVID-19, is that the whole world are struggling with this, and still we are facing lots of problems with it. Can you tell us about the COVID-19's effect on Portuguese education system and its reaction?
Okay, well, it was tough. I have to say it was tough. Okay, so I can tell you two different points of view. As a mother, because so a mother of two, so my daughter and my son, so they suffered from that. So from one week to the other, they had to change all that they were doing, and it was tough for them. But it was also tough for teachers, right? Because they were not used to this. Well, even if they use technology, it's not the same. Suddenly, you have to adapt all your syllabus, all your way of teaching, and put them in a screen. And then to be able to motivate students, it was really tough. From my point of view as a teacher, fortunately by then I was already teaching online, so it was for me
Yeah,
it was
so you are
possible.
lucky.
I was a lucky one. So I started working some years ago with a Chinese platform. So I was working online. So what happened when it was like the boom of the COVID-19, I was working with in the community that I'm working now. I'm working in
I see.
Auxinity.com. We are a teacher collaboration community, and so we started to have more work because suddenly we have to replace academies that had no chance, let's say, or that was not so easy for them to do readapt. Okay,
I
so
see.
but in Portugal it was tough, and this year it will be better. We hope so, but let's wait and see.
I see. I see. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sonia. And I I read about the Auxinity.com, and I think it's a kind of a company or language school or something like that. If it is possible, can you tell us about that little bit? What is Auxinity?
Of course, of course. Well, Auxinity, actually, we are a teachers community that work in collaboration. What does this mean? This means that we are language teachers, not only English, so Spanish, French, German, and English teachers working from different parts of the world with students in different parts of the world, although Spain is the main market.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so we work with a platform that is being created by us, right? With an IT team, of course, that put everything together. But we offer our students so the technology, they have all material in the app that they can access from the smartphone, tablet, or computer. And very important, in my opinion, we offer them a flexible timetable so they can choose when they want to have the class,
Uh-huh.
and they have the opportunity to work with different teachers as well, with different accents. So that, in my point of view, will prepare you for the real life later. So
I see.
with stronger emphasis on speaking. Okay, so we
Mm-hmm.
work all, but we work a lot speaking.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're
It's really
welcome.
interesting. A teacher can, by the way, can every teacher join that Auxinity group?
Yes, certainly. So teachers can join Auxinity group. So we have, so as we work in collaboration, it doesn't mean that I'm going to teach only my students. So we are going to get students for the community, and then teachers that are available in that time will teach or will deliver the sessions then, right? So, and every teacher can join, so, and understand the project. So it's a project, so there are webinars, daily webinars to understand the project. And we have, on Fridays, we have a meeting with all the teachers, so we can
Uh-huh.
discuss quality and everything. So it's quite an interesting project.
I see. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sonia, for this information about Auxinity teachers group, which will, or community, let's say, not the group,
Community,
teacher
yeah.
Auxinity
Yeah.
community group. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's move to the next question. My next question is about the social media. So, what should social media do in education?
Well, can do a lot of good things and also a lot of bad things. Of
Yeah,
course,
you are
that
right.
they should, of course, that they should only do bad things, good things, sorry. But I think that most of all, they should connect. They should connect. So the ones that can deliver some knowledge to the others that want to learn. So that is something that I definitely think that social media should do, because you are there in Istanbul, I'm here in Portugal, so we are connecting using social media. So I think this is all what it's all about. So being able to connect and to communicate and to share information, to share experiences.
I see. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Sonia. And let's move to another question. It's about the authentic materials. Now, we teachers are, required to use authentic materials to enrich learners' use of the language. So, what advice can you give us in this situation?
Yes, I agree with that. So I agree that we should create authentic materials. Although I think that we can, so we have a lot of different sources to inspire yourself. So so I can share with you how I do it.
Sure.
I share so I go I search different sources, I find interesting material, and then I create my own material because I need to adapt to my students. So I don't. So every student is different. So every student has a different brain, a different way of learning. So I need to adapt it. So in that sense, I totally agree that we need to create authentic materials.
Mm-hmm. I see. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sonia. And my next question is about the different teaching styles. So, is it okay for us, for teachers, to have different teaching styles, or should we all teach the same? What do you think about it?
I think we should have different styles. Okay, because we are different, right? We are different. Every human being is different. So maybe we can have the same, even if you go to the same type of training. At the end, we will. So we will act differently, right? So and I will feel more comfortable with a style, and maybe you would feel comfortable with another style. So adapt to yourself, and having, in my opinion, always having in mind my learners, my students. So how am I going to make them so feel okay in my classes and learn what I want them to learn,
I
and
see.
what they want to learn, because that is important. They are the ones that need and know what they need.
Exactly. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Sonia, about it. Okay, so my next question is maybe it sounds differently, but I really wonder, and I hope you have a very nice experience about it. So, can you tell us one of your bad teaching experiences in your career, if it is okay?
Well, well, bad experiences. Well, I don't have nothing so so dramatic. So, but definitely, so online, it's really frustrating. It's really bad for me. So when I have a student that doesn't participate, that is really totally annoying. But I remember, so when I was, now that we are talking, I'm remembering. So when I was teaching with a Chinese company,
Uh-huh.
so so usually young children, they have their parents next to them. And it could be really, for the children felt really nervous to have the parent there. So even if I want just to communicate with the children, well, they always have their parents. And sometimes, the parents can be really rude for them. So, and you are there, you can't do nothing. So you are there, they start to shout at them, and so that was not good. That was not good.
That was a bad experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Really nice. Thank you, Sonia, about it. So, Sonia, what do you think is the greatest challenge facing students today, and what's the greatest challenge facing teachers today?
Well, um, I think that facing students, I think it's a matter of motivation.
Uh-huh.
They have too many stimulus all over, so they have too many things around them. So, and to get them motivated
Uh-huh.
to pay attention, to want to stay there with you, focus and concentrated, I think it's difficult. It's quite difficult. And facing teachers, you mean like as teachers, what are
Yes.
okay? So, well, I don't know what to say to you.
It's okay, no problem. If you don't have anything to say, it's okay. So you think that teachers they don't have anything, the challenge facing the challenge.
No, of course, that there are many challenges that we can. So, I think that so if you go to the, it depends also whether you teach online or in a school. Of course, the type of challenges are totally different. So in the school, so I think that behavior, behavior, it's a great challenge. So for example, last year I had two classes with 8 students only for conversations. I go to to a school, to a private school here in my town, and I deliver conversation classes, only conversation
Uh-huh.
classes. So they have the English class with a main teacher, let's say, and I'm there just to, let's say, to improve their speaking skills, their conversation skills. And well, what do students want to do? They want to talk, right? And
Of
so,
course. Uh-huh.
but they are learning to talk in English, and so they want to learn in Portuguese. And well, it's behavior. I think behavior in class, behavior for me, it's one of the biggest challenge with the smaller ages,
I see.
with younger ages.
Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sonia. So my next question is really interesting, and I'm really, the wonder what are you going to say about it? Can you tell us 5 adjectives that describe an effective language teacher?
Well, 5 adjectives. Let's see. Let's see. Well, motivated. So
Okay, one.
motivated person, an empathetic person,
Okay,
definitely.
two.
So, good listener. It's very
Three.
important to be a good
Yes.
listener.
Three.
Um, let's say a facilitator in all senses. So
Four.
we are facilitating everything.
Yeah.
And let's see if I
And the
think,
last one.
well, and a good communicator. So you have to be a good communicator. So
Wonderful.
to,
5 adjectives. So you got a high five. Yeah.
okay, high five, high
High
five.
five. Great. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Sonia, for these 5 adjectives. Okay, for effective language teachers. Thank you. All right. So actually, my next question is really more interesting than this one. So
Okay,
if you could, all right, if you could have one superpower to use in the classroom, what would it be, and how would it help you?
okay, that is a good one. Okay, that is a good one. Um, well, I will like to have the superpower of distribute happiness in classroom, especially working with children.
Uh-huh.
Um, not with my children. Fortunately, I'm so lucky that, and up to now, I've been working with let's say most of all happy children. And because sometimes I think that children are too worried and to push to do other to think in so many things that they don't have time to really enjoy and to feel happy. And
Yes.
also another thing. So this year I decided to. I learned a lot with a lady called Rachel Paling. So I'm on my final assignment to become a neurolanguage coach, and so I have learned so much with her. And happiness, if we have our brain in this happiness state, we will learn easier. It will be easier for us to learn. So that would be my superpower.
It's a nice superpower, Sonia. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Sonia, there is a question. I think Azra is asking. She's
Uh,
asking, how can I be motivated when my students don't participate and are not motivated? How can we make them be active in our online classes? Do you have any comments about?
well, well, I will tell you. On my online classes, I have different ages. Okay, so I don't know what ages are Azra talking about. Maybe so, but teenagers can be really difficult. Okay, so it's not easy to. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes. Okay. So it's not so easy to motivate teenagers. So what I always try to do is that okay?
Just a moment. I think I have. No, you. I can hear you. You can continue. I'll just put this on. I think my battery is off about the
Okay.
my headphone, but I can hear you exactly. Just a moment. Sorry about this.
No.
No, you can continue. I'm
Okay,
listening.
okay. So I was saying that it depends on the ages, not so much the level, but the age. So and to motivate teenagers can also be really difficult. From 12 to 15, for example, can be really tricky to have them motivated. So
Uh-huh.
I always try to talk about things or to include things that might be interesting for them. Even so, I don't work with a book. So when I in Auxinity, we don't follow a book. We have
Uh-huh.
topics that we build for students depending on their needs. So, but
I see.
imagine that we are working some grammar that can be really
Uh-huh.
annoying. And so, for me, the way that I find the best way is to find a topic, a subject that is interesting for them, and try to make them talk about it and go about that. With younger ages, a lot of props and toys and mimic all that. For young children, I think it's easier.
I see. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sonia, for the answer. I think Azra, this is a nice answer from Sonia for your question. All right then. So, Sonia, my next question is about the first week of the school year. So, what can you suggest to the teachers for the first week of the school year?
Well, I think that we need to take care of ourselves as persons to prepare to the new year, to the new school year.
Uh-huh.
And so it's quite important not only for the first week but for all year around.
Uh-huh.
So sleep well, eat well, and do exercise. That is my first suggestion, my first recommendation,
It's
my first
wonderful.
recommendation. Because if you are in a good shape, you will be so better to face all your little monsters, or not so little, but well, and then so prepare a lot, prepare the so and try to connect. The first days, in my opinion, are connection days. Are so important to have this the empathy working, the connection, and then start working on for real.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sonia. And Sonia, my next question is, what do you find most frustrating and rewarding about teaching?
Well, rewarding definitely every time a learner so uses what you want them to use correctly, of course. So I work a lot with children, but I also work with senior students. And I have I have a learner with 76, I think, or 75. I started working with her last year from zero, and it's really rewarding to see where she is now, that we can, so that she understands what we are talking, that we can discuss the topic, that she can, so she can share with me in English, and well, she was there in zero. Frustrating, it's for me every time we are not able to connect and that we don't get an answer. It doesn't matter if it is wrong or right, because
Uh-huh.
so we need to fail before doing right. So when we don't get any feedback, that is really frustrating. So, and in certain
That's
ages, that is really difficult.
very difficult. I can understand. Thank you. Thank you, Sonia. All right. This question is also very interesting. And I hope you have a nice answer, just like others, because you have really good answers for that. If you could make a new law to control all the students in schools, what law would you make?
Mm. Well, I have to tell you that I don't like that much that control word.
Uh, okay, so
So in
whatever you want.
control in what sense? What do you mean? Control in the classroom, in school,
Yeah, I
in
mean, okay, let's say it's in the school, in the classroom, whatever you want. It's okay. It's your choice.
okay. So well, okay,
Tough question.
maybe the law would be connected with the happiness superpower. So
Ah,
something that so in classrooms. So talking again with the younger students, like or since preschoolers to secondary school. So I would, if I could, definitely create a lot to make them feel comfortable, to make them want to be there in school, to not because they have to, but because they really wanted to. So creating so the facilities, because in some places you don't have that, where they could enjoy to be. So
mhm,
they could enjoy to be there learning, but also being there with the friends, sharing the space, maybe something like that.
I see. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sonia, for this nice law for the students. All right.
Yeah.
So, Sonia, what can you suggest us to read about ELT?
Well, I read a lot. I read a lot and so many sources that it's not easy. But first of all, and I'm sure that you have already noticed, I read a lot. I'm a social media addict, let's say. So I read a lot of different articles and opinions in LinkedIn. So I think that LinkedIn is actually my first source of information, even for ELT, because you have quite interesting teachers or coaches there, language coaches. So you have different, you can have a lot of different things in LinkedIn,
Uh-huh.
and you can share their articles and read their articles. So, so that is my suggestion. So go there and search for different opinions, different suggestions. And I think that is important.
I see. All right. Thank you very much, Sonia. And Sonia, my next question is about the applications. So can you tell us two or maybe three, whatever, how many ones? It's your choice, useful language apps that we can use for our students.
Well, how do I say? Well, first of all, the best possible app in the world is Auxinity.com. Okay,
All right, Auxinity.com.
that is not actually an app in the sense it's more like a platform with a teacher. It's different. Okay, so that it's so we work as an app, but in fact there is a teacher. So when you talk about apps, um, where you just use the mobile phone. That's what you are mentioning, right?
Uh-huh.
I would say that BBC has quite good applications with
Uh-huh.
games and quizzes. I think quizzes are can be another way of practicing
Okay.
some practicing things. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
um, and BBC actually has a lot of different possibilities. You have listening, you have podcasts, you have quizzes, so that can be a complement, a good complement.
I see. Uh-huh. Okay. The BBC's applications you suggest us
Yes,
to
yes,
use it.
yes.
Okay. All right, Sonia. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, Sonia, can you tell us, by the way, just only two questions left. You know, the times flies, really. And so only two questions left for Teacher Talks session. Okay, so let's move to the question. What are your favorite? Actually, I was going to ask you three websites to suggest to use in teaching.
Well, so I will mention again BBC because
All right.
it's quite good. It's a quite good and complete. So to get information after Auxinity.com. So
Yeah,
uh,
Auxinity is the first one. Yeah, to
yes,
use it.
Auxinity, the first one. Yes, because you can search a blog with different comments. There is a game, so it's also good. But so I will say BBC English. It's really important. I love Twinkle. Twinkle is amazing. So a lot of you have some material that you have to pay for, but you have a lot of interesting free material.
Free materials. Uh-huh.
And I love Miranda. By the way, I know that Miranda was here, so she was here. I saw
Yeah.
her,
Yeah, she
and
was she was my one of my guests, I think a couple
yeah,
weeks ago.
she's amazing. I love her LinkedIn videos and all that. And so the material they create is really good for us to to use or to get inspired by that. And
Uh-huh.
so you asked me three, right? And
Yeah, if you want,
so
you can say more, or you can, that's all, whatever you
no,
want.
there are others that I don't remember now. I know that, for example, ESL collectives, that it's like also a teacher's contribution site where teacher prepare material activities, and they
Uh-huh.
put there. So it's also good to get inspired to check some and to use some of the material because the material is there for to be used. For
I
example.
see. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, Sonia, and for these nice websites to use. All right. So the last question. Yes, ready for it?
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, great. What is your motto?
Okay, my motto. Okay, my motto. I think that something that I try to, something like, it's not mine, something that I read some time ago. I don't remember where is it from,
That's
so
okay.
sorry. But
No
it's
problem.
like, don't be afraid to fail. So always try to do whatever you have to. I use it this not only in my life, okay, so but I also try to transmit to my learners. So
Mm-hmm.
when you are learning a new language, that is the first assumption. You are going to fail for sure. Okay, so no one can you cannot say to a learner, to a client, to a student, oh, you are going to be proficient in English within so 6 months or 1 year or whatever. So, but you have to try, right? So you try. Don't be afraid to fail. Also, I saw the acronym for FAIL that I think it's quite interesting. That FAIL, it's the first attempt in learning, right? So fail, 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 try it, because then you will do it perfectly, for sure.
I see. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sonia. It's great. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
That all my question finished. But Sonia, would you like to add anything else before ending our live session?
No, I think I'm okay. So it was great to be here after all this, the problems in the beginning. I'm so sorry for that.
It's okay. Technical problems
So
can happen. It's not
okay,
a problem.
technical issues, but then we we over came out on that, and so I think. So it was a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I hope
You're,
that I have transmitted
it's
so
okay. It's
nice,
wonderful.
nice experience, nice tips, and so
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
great. Okay, Tonya, before ending our live sessions, I would like to say also thank you to accept my invitation to Teacher Talks and being with us tonight and, spending your time and sharing your suggestions and ideas with us. And that was all great. And Sonia Mendes was with us tonight here and for our audiences. And I hope you get some really, really nice things from her. And thank you very much one more time, Sonia. And I would like to see you somewhere around the world, maybe face to face
I
one day.
Yes,
One day, why not?
I really want to go. I really want to Istanbul. You are in Istanbul, right?
No, I'm not. I'm in Manisa. Let's say Izmir. Let's say Izmir,
Okay,
maybe.
well, but in Turkey, right?
Yeah, I'm in Turkey. It's okay.
Okay, because I want to go to Turkey, so I'm sure that when I go there, I will meet you in
Sure.
person.
Yeah, definitely. All right then.
Okay,
So that's all for
okay.
tonight from Teacher Talks. And good evening. We will see each other next week at the same time on the same day with different educator. And I would like to say also good evening, good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are. That's all from Teacher Talks tonight. Take care of yourselves. And until next time, bye bye and peace, everybody. Bye bye, Sonia.
Bye
Bye bye,
bye.
everybody.